you've ever had trouble answering the question, where should we eat tonight, like all of us have, then Lifehacker proposes a couple solutions to that riddle, to that dilemma. This is what they are breaking down. I would like to get your reaction, Daron. They say break it down by process of elimination. So when you're like, where should we eat tonight? Consider other people's food goals. Is someone on a diet? Someone trying to stay away from dairy?
Are they gluten-free?
Gluten-free.
Are they vegetarian?
Thank
Vegan,
you.
pescatarian.
And then how far do you want to go? Which is always limited to my home.
But now that we have Postmates, everything could change.
That's true, that's true. How much time do you have?
Yeah.
And then also, I don't like this. They say you should look ahead. Will you feel bad about eating this 20 minutes after the fact? Do you feel bad about throwing down $20 for spaghetti at Olive Garden? That sort of thing.
Right.
Which is fair. And then they talk about power dynamics in these discussions. I just like how Lifehack broke this down. So they say you should have the alternating leader. You both know what restaurants the other likes. If you don't, now's as good a time as ever to learn. The leader gets to pick anything from the list of places the other likes, and the other gets only one veto. Next meal, or next day, the other person is the leader.
Wow.
I know, that's like very intense.
That's almost too intense. I'd rather not eat at that point.
Kind of reminds me of like pairing up during the Hunger Games with someone to find a meal. The social network gamble, I hate this. If you've got things narrowed down somewhat, see what your friends on Twitter and Facebook think. People love making decisions for others. Another alternative is calling somebody up or texting, because who are we kidding, and asking them what they would eat right now if they could eat anything.
I mean, if you need a lifeline to figure out what you're gonna have for your next meal, that's already too much. That's too much work.
I've been in this riddle before. I've been in this circle, and it's never gotten to the point where I'm like, all right, fine, I'm going to Facebook, you know? God damn it, Olive Garden or Applebee's? All right, fine, I'll ask Twitter. You know, I'll put a poll up. But now I kind of want to see, because I do agree with what they say that people like making decisions for others.
True. People are just waiting on Facebook and Twitter to answer your question.
And to weigh in on other people's lives.
Exactly. Ugh. Love doing that.
The coin or wheel of fate. Start driving or walking. Start flipping a coin to decide whether you go left or right and let the fates decide. Eventually you'll see something both of you can agree on. Alternatively, head to wheel decide with a spin of the wheel, you'll know what's on the menu.
Okay, this is sketchy because in LA, you could end up like in an alley.
You could end up in a bad place. Well, I actually did something very similar to this years ago, where I just was like, I'll feel when I want to turn. I was looking for frozen yogurt. I remember thinking,
when you want to turn.
Yeah, I would feel when I would want to turn. And I remember thinking, at some point in time, I've got to come across a frozen yogurt place. I feel like there's one on every single corner, so I'll just follow my gut and it will take me to the frozen yogurt.
Did your gut take you to the frozen yogurt place?
No, it did not. It took me, I was living in Hollywood at the time. It took me damn near to Silver Lake, which is pretty close. Like on my way, like far east, on like a strip of just carpet people, like just like people selling carpets, not like carpet.
I mean, I know,
not humanoid carpets. I mean,
gotcha.
like carpet stores.
Okay.
And I remember getting into my car, like having to walk back after that with like I had crazy blisters because I just was so
and no
stubborn.
frozen yogurt.
No frozen yogurt. Getting into my car after that and just speeding to frozen yogurt. One person says that you should get diplomatic with the group, and this is one that I agree with. They say members of a group can waive their right to make a decision or give input. You are not allowed to choose a dish, the place to eat, type of meat you want, how spicy something is, etc. You have absolutely no say. You can't even comment on other people's decision. At first glance, this may seem really harsh with no upside. However, effective use of the waiver increases decision-making time considerably. With a witness present, utter the words, I, state your name, under my own free will and without threat or coercion, hereby waive my right to decide where or what we eat tonight. The reason why I like that is because the number of times that I've been in a back and forth with my girlfriend of just like, where like if she would just waive her decision, but I would never make her do it in such a formal way.
But if you waived your decision too, it would go faster.
No, if we both didn't decide, no, we can't both not decide, Daron. Are you a fool? What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying if you waive and then she decides.
Yeah, I think if one person abstains, it makes the decision
go by way faster.
Right. Thank you.
But you get no input then, right? You get no say. You just have to go with it.
You just have to trust.
Compromise.
Yeah. Sort of a compromise if you just taking away one's free will isn't necessarily a compromise, but okay. They also recommend creating a food chart, a tournament bracket, or a map, and that sounds like work. And when I'm hungry, that's the last thing
you want to be doing is creating a food chart.
And then this is ultimately what I think solves the question, where should we eat tonight? And it is stall. This is what they say. When in doubt, stall.
Oh, I love this one.
A few moments of clarity might lead you to an epiphany. If you want a little more assurance that the answer will come to you, do a gut check test. And ultimately, that is how you decide where you want to eat, I think.
Yeah.
You just have to be calm within yourself and you will know. The other night, I was really hungry and Lizzie said, what do you want to eat? I was like, I don't know. What I want to eat, and I get really grumpy past a certain time of day.
Don't we all?
Yeah, and I was just like, I don't know where I want to eat, and I don't know what I want to do with my life, and I just don't know anything right now. And she was like, okay, and we just like kept driving, and then I turned to her, and it was just, we're quiet for about a minute or something, and I was like, I want a pesto and artichoke sandwich on toasted bread.
That's so specific.
Yeah, with a little bit of olive tapenade.
It came to you though. You just needed a minute. You just needed to stall.
Some light mayo.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
That's a good way. I usually start out with, okay, do I want Mexican food? Do I want Italian food? I start out with like at the top and then narrow it down from there.
Okay, and what's always the answer? What's
Mexican food, tacos.
Always?
For me, essentially that's the only thing that I always want. Either that or pizza.
Isn't that how your boyfriend started talking to you? Was just like, do you want to get tacos?
Yeah.
And you're like, yep.
Yeah. So that obviously was a great way to talk to me. He asked me if I wanted to get tacos and couldn't say no.
You couldn't say no. Guys, we want to hear from you in the comment section below. How do you solve that riddle? Where do you want to eat tonight? I hate that question. What is one food that you will never say no to? Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and we will see you next time on Pop Trigger.